Back, everybody. Listen, with all our attention on our hearts and healthy eating in the new year, it is perfect that the February edition of Buffalo Spree, the magazine of Western New York, is featuring delicious options for plant-based eating. Editor-in-Chief Elizabeth Licata must have been reading our mind because she is back with details. And I am telling you, there's a whole section in here, Elizabeth, with the most beautiful looking food I've ever seen.
Well, I think the beauty of vegetables and what we hear from nutritionists is that you want to have all the colors. So that beauty is there for a reason. That beauty helps keep you healthy. And also the fact that vegetables in of themselves are delicious. You don't need to supplement them. I'm sure that you've been to a lot of banquets, Linda.
Yes.
And your vegetarian option. I mean, how inviting is it?
Yeah, they give you one plate of roasted vegetables that look like they've been on the stove.
Or maybe some pasta with some tired-looking broccoli in it. And, you know, that's not what vegetarians want.
No.
Vegetarians are vegetarians for a reason. They love vegetables and they're happy. And I like the new term plant-based eating.
Yes, yes.
Because it gets us away from the stigma. You know,
you have got dishes in here, Elizabeth, from Tout Temps, this incredible restaurant on Ellicott Street. It's a carrot, folks, with it looks like it's got pistachio. It's the most luscious looking food, and the spices that wake up your palate, amazing.
And also the kohlrabi from Black Sheep. And the one thing that this kohlrabi and these carrots have in common is that they are from local farmers. These restaurants are getting their produce from in this case, Ole's Farm, which is right nearby. And this is another thing that you should think about doing.
That's right.
Is start buying more local produce to make sure that your vegetables are fresh and at the height where they're most nutritious and they haven't been sitting in a refrigerator for a month.
And, you know, please, when you're going out and you're eating and you're supporting our local restaurants, ask them, you know, what's on the menu. You'd be surprised. All the wonderful restaurants that have vegetarian options that they've really thought about. And also what I love is that, Elizabeth, in this issue, you talk about, too, if you would like to stock your kitchen, what do you need? You know, if you would like to be a vegan or vegetarian, and all the wonderful spices that are available in this area.
And people worry too much about protein because most people eat at least 3 times more protein than they need per day. So, I mean, that's kind of like a paranoid sort of, if you want to, you know, false fact, alternative fact about being a vegetarian is that you won't get enough protein. You will.
Yes, you
It
definitely
doesn't take much to get. Most people have a vastly inflated notion of how much protein they need.
Well, I believe there's protein in some of our vegetables.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there is.
And if you mix them with some rice and beans have protein in them, as we know, and those are great for you. So these are foods that people have been eating since ancient times. A lot of these ancient grains, like freekeh, quinoa. Yeah,
don't think that you won't be filled. Believe me, you will be filled up, and you're going to eat better, and it's going to teach you to cook a new way, too. But you also have in here Western New York vegetarian resources, which is so helpful for everybody.
Well, and one of the things we talk about is this whole CSA, you know, signing up with the CSA, which helps support a farm. It's just another way that they can get revenue, another sort of economic model for them. And you benefit because you're getting fresh vegetables, as fresh as they could be.
You know, and I think we're all starting to really think about what we're putting in our mouth and how that fuels our body. And keeping our hearts healthy by staying away from stuff that we know we shouldn't have, but you don't have to suffer. Arugula pesto pizza.
No, not at all.
I mean, delicious things. And you know what? Don't forget, too, we're teaching our kids what we're eating is what the next generation is going to have. So it shows people that you care about what's on the plate, and you're mixing it up. It's terrific. Roasted carrots with herbed ricotta and smoked pistachio butter.
There's that carrot pistachio combination again. And one of the dishes in there is from an Asian restaurant. And if you look at Asian cuisine, is it really a meat-based cuisine? It is not.
No.
It is not.
I think that if we were to go to an Asian home for dinner, we wouldn't get what we normally order from the restaurant on the corner.
We wouldn't be sitting with a big steak, you know, hanging over the sides of the plate. But this is, I just want to note that this is really a first pass at a vegetarian, because it is a huge issue.
Yes, yes.
It is, we could devote like 2, 3, 4 issues per year.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about it and you really want the best of the best, by all means, pick up your February edition. Let me tell you what else is in here, because before you even get to the wonderful veggies, you talk about spring fashion, and we all need a little of that right now.
We've got a beautiful beauty segment. Young woman who I actually know is the model. She looks just gorgeous in it. Our style editor, Erin Habes, put that together.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Also, if you want to start thinking spring, joining a plant group, which Is that from you? That sounds like a German idea that rooted from you.
Well, Sally Cunningham, of course, is our, but yes, Sally and I work together a lot, and I belong to a group of actually garden bloggers, which is a little different, but we get together once a year and we tour gardens all over the U.S.
So joining a plant group is kind of like a cookie exchange for plants. I mean, I love it.
There's a daylily group, there's a hosta group, and we talk about, there's a couple, Mike and Kathy Shadrack, who actually met during a tour, a plant tour. And
I'm telling you, that's why you cannot miss an issue. Also in here, a nice article on composer Julius Eastman. And you know, I'm telling you, it just goes on, and not to mention the fact that you, of course, have all the calendars of everything that's going on in Western New York.
It's a short month, but there's really a lot going on.
It's amazing how much is going on between our theater, you know, music. It just doesn't stop here in Western New York.
And the Hallwalls Drawing Rally is in February. It's always in February. That's our midwinter's draw, and that is a really unusual event. You go and watch artists draw, and then they put the drawings on auction, and you can bid for them, and then another set of our artists draw. They have 45 minutes to make their completed drawings, and then you can bid for them and buy them, and it's a great way to start a collection.
Now, when is this something new?
February 22nd. They've been doing it for the past few years.
See that?
It's
First I've
really
heard of it.
fun. It's just, it's like a big party. There's a bar and so on. There's music.
What a great idea.
And you can watch.
And where does this happen?
Draw. It happens at Hallwalls Contemporary Art Center.
I think I did see this article, yeah. This is great. Elizabeth, I don't know how you do it, but you stay on top of everything. There it is, Hallwalls Mid-City Nights Draw.
In Bayville.
This is great. Yeah, Bayville. What a great, place for that too.
Yeah.
Lots of art in here. Oh, birds in winter. I wanted to mention, I love that because we're constantly.
Well, you and I have talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
And our nature writer Jerry Rising, who, as you know, wrote for the news for many years.
Yeah, we have a couple of birding stores that are very busy this in the winter because a lot of people really care about what they're putting out there.
I went to the store that you told me about.
Yes,
and I got some great feeders there, and I fill them up.
Those people are so knowledgeable.
Week. Yes,
it's fantastic. All right, everybody, listen, you cannot miss this. And also, there's an interesting article on the Sabres, and I rarely see sports in here, but
we have a new writer, Ryan Nagelhout. I've known about his writing, his sports writing, for a while because he has a blog called Goose's Roost, which you know is a restaurant in Niagara Falls.
Right.
And he lives in Niagara Falls, and he is a great sports writer. And I've just noticed his writing and tweets and so on, and I thought, this guy.
Yeah, this is great, and of course it's about who our favorite player is, Jack Eichel. So don't miss this. Fantastic, Elizabeth, you did it again. You and your writers. Vegetarian in Western New York, just a part of it, but it's a big part of it. Buffalo Spree, the magazine of Western New York. Not only will you love it, it's going to keep you healthier this month, and now throughout the year as well. Get a subscription. BuffaloSpree.com.